Welcome to Guns, Gear, and Guns with Gary Gunderson. I am Gary Gunderson. Today I'm going to show you how to disassemble and reassemble the bolt for a Mosin Nagant for purposes of cleaning and maintenance. This will work for the 9130 or the M44 variant. First step, of course, is to get the bolt out of the rifle. All you have to do is pull it back and then hold down the trigger and it will come right out. Then you're going to want to take the cocking piece, pull it back, and move it counterclockwise if you're looking at in this direction. You're going to move this piece into this gap here, like so, and that will allow the bolt head and retainer to come off. And then this comes off simply by rotating it and pulling off. This little nub here goes in this track and then rotates into place. Next is the most difficult part because the firing pin is threaded all the way to the rear of the cocking piece. And you're going to have to get rid of this spring tension either by pushing down to relieve the spring tension and then twisting the cocking piece, which you can do on a surface that's, as long as it's not metal and it won't be damaged, you just have to relieve the spring tension and it will screw off easily, like so. Or the other method is you can actually use this bar as a screw, since the firing pin is squared off here, and rotate it that way. Now the thing is, like I mentioned, it's under spring tension, and you can see it starting to pull away there. So when you're doing this, you either want to have it facing down, so when it is released, it's harmlessly against the ground, but that doesn't work very good. So I'm going to try to just hold it in place as I rotate and hope I don't fling anything too far. Because if you're not careful, you will fling a piece. This method is a little easier on you, but it also has the sudden tension release of the spring, while pushing it down onto a surface means you're holding the spring in while you unscrew it. So it's really whatever method you prefer. I feel like it's getting loose right now. So I gotta be careful. And also try to keep it in view of the camera. And there you go. So then you have the spring, firing pin, bolt body, and the cocking piece. And that's all it is to disassemble it. It's really relatively easy. And then reassembly is the same way. You're going to have to put the firing spring in to the bolt body, the firing pin, and then you're going to have to start threading it back into place. And really, if you just kind of hold it in place and start pressing down on the pin against the bolt body to protrude it back, and you can hold this with the cocking piece on the ground, and you can probably have it in the same, put it in the same method as when you're disassembling it. So have that piece of the cocking up there, and just try to spin it, and you're going to feel when it grabs. See, it's already grabbed into place. And so then you can simply take this piece again and screw it back in. So we've reached the end of our travel, and they're going to back up a bit so that the flat head of the screw is aligned with the mark across the cocking piece. Then you take this nub and stick it along that track and twist into place so it is held. And then this bit goes over this lug here. So you just slide that back on. And you want to make sure that this nub, the bolt, goes in place there. And then you move the cocking piece back into place so it is aligned with the bolt. And that's it. Your bolt is reassembled. And you can stick it back into the firearm and do a function check. Safety still works and everything, so you're good to go. So obviously the hardest part is dealing with the spring tension under the firing pin, but there are obviously two methods like I showed you. Either way works, it really just depends on what you're wanting to do. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with others, save it to your favorites in case you need to reference it again. I have some bolt breakdowns on my channel already, and we'll be doing more in the future. So if you like those, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.